What is up, guys? This is Justin from the Tree of Woe Show, and I am here for your WrestleMania 29 review. I am still here in New York City. Don't believe me? Let's take a look. The second hotel view, much better than the first hotel view. Let's just say that. I don't know how much you can see, but the Statue of Liberty is right there. We are actually in, you know, like we were in New York last time, but this looks more like New York, more than just buildings. Like we're actually by the stuff that people think about. Telescope, my brother. So yeah, this hotel is what I'm talking about. The other one was cool and all, but this one you can see more stuff. It's just a better time. It's just a better time. I obviously went to WrestleMania last night. I had a fantastical time. I really did. Um, Let me say, when I got up to the ring, like I'm sitting on row 13, and row 13 is row 13. I was right there, and I could not, like, it took me like 2 hours to comprehend, like, they're right there. Like, I kept looking at the screen because I'm used to sitting far. I'm like, oh, they're right in front of me. Like, I could clearly see them. So yeah, this crowd, I loved everything about this crowd. Uh, just filing in like anywhere on the subway. All of a sudden, it'd be dead silent on the subway. One little scrawny guy, let's go Cena, and then boom, Cena. So everybody on the subway, like, it was the craziest experience I've had just getting to WrestleMania. Um, but we can share more about the actual experience in another video. Let's get down to what actually happened. The pre-show saw the Miz defeat Wade Barrett for the Intercontinental title. It was an all right match. It was just, the crowd was, it was the first thing we saw, so the crowd was hype. A lot of Wade Barrett people, not as many Miz people, but people were happy when he won. I was okay with it. It's the pre-show. If you're gonna get butthurt over what happens on the pre-show, you are not looking to have a good time. So the first match of the night, one that I was definitely looking forward to, was Sheamus, Randy Orton, and Big Show against the Shield. Um, I kept hoping that the Shield would come down from the crowd by me. I'm like, yeah, but they were barely like one section over, which makes sense because of course they were going to be camera side. I don't know what I was thinking. I was like lined up like the ramp. The wrestlers walked. It was ramp, ring, me, like where I was sitting. But so I thought maybe I had a shot, but obviously I was like, oh yeah, duh, they're going to come camera side. But it was really good to see the Shield wrestle in this match. Dean Ambrose was so over. It was ridiculous. I don't know if, again, I've not seen I'm trying to not download the show on pay-per-view so I can watch it on the, or onto my computer so I can watch it on the flight. So I haven't seen anything, so I don't know what. So what I'm saying, some of the stuff you might be like, what is he talking about? Or I might miss some stuff that was crucial because of, commentary or whatever. But right when Dean Ambrose got tagged in the first time, there was a section right next to me that just erupted. They loved Dean Ambrose, and there was a lot of cool stuff in this match. It ended up being Randy Orton actually got knocked. He got, I think he got speared actually, and Big Show was on the turnbuckle. Randy Orton stole a tag from the Big Show. So then, right when Randy Orton's getting pinned, Big Show just stands there looking at him, doesn't go help him. The Shield gets the victory, and I thought it was awesome when, well, their entrance, by the way, again, I don't know if you guys could see this, but Seth Rollins got up and he stood up on like the barricade thing, and you could tell it wasn't just like himself. He was looking around, and he looks at Dean Ambrose and goes, "Holy shit, we did it!" And then he jumps off and he rolls in the ring, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's so awesome to see these guys that have worked so hard, and just like you could see it in their faces. Like this isn't selling. This is like we are at WrestleMania right now." And just when they got to leave, just the crowd reaction, just walking out through the crowd with their arms up, and it just looked so cool. So the Shield gets the win here. I was super, super, super duper happy here. Next match, we got Mark Henry versus Ryback, a match I was looking forward to, but it was too much what I didn't want to see. It was too much. Oh, who's stronger? Like Mark Henry whooped that ass. Like, and then it was bear hug. I'm like, stop it. But all that washed away when Ryback picks up Mark Henry. For one, I didn't think he could pick up Mark Henry. I thought he had no shot. I thought if he was going to win, he was going to win by a spear or a clothesline or something. He has him up. And then he falls, and Mark Henry gets the pin 1, 2, 3. So I got the best of all worlds here. I wanted Mark Henry to win. Mark Henry got the win. And then post-match, Ryback lifts him up again and shows that he can shell shock him, which was needed because, you don't want to make Ryback look like a little wuss. Like, oh, having a great time, you know what I mean? Although, if that was the end result, Ryback should have just won. Like, I wanted Mark Henry to win, but it's like, so I'm cool with the result, but I'm just saying, from what it looked like WWE wanted to accomplish, why not just have Ryback win? Like, whatever. Then we got Team Hell No versus Ziggler and Big E Langston for the tag team titles. Oh, I marked out when Dolph Ziggler came out. Oh, I did. I just said, hey, hey, hey. I was just really excited. But yeah, this match was, it was pretty good. The yes chants were aplenty. Team, to my surprise, Team Hell no signs of breaking up, no signs of tension, and no signs of losing because they won this match. So I was a little surprised there. Dolph took the pin, which ended up I was more disappointed in than at the time. Because at the time I'm like, oh yeah, see what's happening is they're making us forget about Dolph. He's gonna take the pin, and he's gonna cash in later. That didn't happen. So in hindsight, this ended up being, I would have had, but then again, Big E, I don't know, but I just thought Dolph and Big E were gonna win, so I was a little confused if nothing else. But crowd was going super freaking psychotic, so that's cool. So Hell No gets the win. Then we got the debut of Fandango versus Chris Jericho. Um, that's what, like, during the match before they start setting up for the next match. So like during the Team Hell No match, we could see the big stage set of Fandango coming out. I won't lie, I a little marked out. I said, "Ooh, Fandango." The crowd did not support Fandango. Oh my God, New York didn't like Fandango. But it was a pretty good match. There was, Fandango's good at leg drops. He was dropping the bomb on people. Nothing wrong with that. It's Jericho. It wasn't a bad match. I don't know if a bad Jericho match is possible. Don't quote me on that because I'm sure people could find some. But just in general, this was a good guy for Fandango to go up against. It gives him credibility. And he gets the roll up win. So it's not like he came out and was like a monster heel just beating the shit out of everybody. He did it how he should have. He snuck, because it's kind of unbelievable that this guy could come and debut and beat a guy like Chris Jericho. So they did it in a way with like the roll up where it's like, oh, okay, he caught Jericho off guard, he rolled him up 1 2 3, he got out of there. So I was perfectly fine with this match. This is what I thought was going to happen. This is what I wanted to happen. Love Chris Jericho, but it's, you know how Jericho works. He's cool with putting guys over. Then we got Alberto. I don't remember where the Diddy performance was, but the Diddy performance was tight. People were just. Oh, and another thing about sitting way close. Let me tell you the people that I interacted with, whether by high five, handshake, or pat on the back. Michael Strahan, David Deal from the Giants, Sean O'Hare from the Giants, the two guys from Psych, the black guy and the white guy. I don't know their names. Dude from ZZ Top, dude from Run DMC, Michelle Beadle, Snooky's husband, some guy with a really straggly beard and long hair. I didn't know who he was, but everyone seemed pretty pumped, so I just gave him the knuckles because I was right on the aisle where they walked in. I think that's all. Plus, me and the security guard were buddy. We became friends. We were bouncing together because when you're up that close, like, you have to show your ticket to come. So once the bouncer would leave, people would like sneak in and try to sit in front of me. And I'm like, boy, do you know how much I paid for this shit? So I'd say, I was one of those guys, like, hey. And then by the end of the night, we were fist pumping security guards, and me and the dude sitting next to me. I don't know their names. I should ask their names. They were cool dudes. Sat by two dudes from Chicago, so you can imagine how that went. But yeah, the Diddy performance got the people hyped up. I love Diddy. But then we got the World Heavyweight Title match: Alberto Del Rio versus Jack Swagger. Oh, I wanted Jack Swagger to win here. I got almost everything I wanted last WrestleMania, so I can't. I'm not gonna sit here and complain because I can't be a hypocrite because I got everything I wanted last year, and I got everything I wanted in the build up to this from one thing. So I'll let you know. I guess you can guess, but I just really wanted Jack Swagger to win. I don't think it was on camera because they were showing like a Make-A-Wish or something. But when he came out in the car, with Zeb Coulter with his music, his theme just blaring. Laptop's gonna die. #charger. But I loved everything about that part when he came out in the car with Zeb Coulter by his side and his music was just blaring. I was having a great time with that. And then they cut the promo before, and he was getting some serious heat. Like, he was over as a heel. Like, once the match started, it was just like, oh my gosh. And then Del Rio comes out dressed like was he a ninja? I don't know what he was doing. But he comes out. Del Rio does this match only went like 10 minutes, but the world title's opened opened the show the past couple things like literally. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure I don't feel like I sat through anything too long. So I would dare say, except for the three main events, nothing went over 10 minutes. And if it did, it was like 10 minutes and something or 11 minutes barely. So all these matches other than the big three were relatively short, and one actually got cut from the show. So that should tell you what was going on. But yeah, Del Rio won. The way he won was actually pretty cool. He had him and he swung him over for the armbar. He just raked it back, and it was just bad news for Swagger. He taps out. Del Rio gets the win. He gets his redemption for talking about my people. That was a weird match to be in the crowd for. Because if you were cheering for Jack, because there's a lot of ethnicities in WrestleMania. It's a big deal. So if you're cheering for Jack Swagger, you get looked at funny, like, oh, you don't like me? I was like, dude, sorry. But so it was a weird interaction between the fan bases, because it's like, I don't know if I want to cheer for Jack Swagger because I don't want to come off as a racist. Because all these people next to me are going to kill me right now because I'm cheering for a guy that doesn't like them. But it was just a weird scenario. But there was one guy with a "Don't Tread on Me" flag that was just running up and down the aisles behind me, and that was pretty funny, I'll be honest. Then we got to, shockingly, the three main events all in a row, which doesn't usually happen. Usually it's like mid-card, dumb match, another big one, dumb match, boom. But they just, maybe it's because they were running short on time, so they're just like, hey, go. The first one was Undertaker CM Punk. CM Punk's entrance was a party. Oh my gosh, I recorded it in the stadium. I don't know if I'll try to post that, but it was a party. Everyone was going crazy. He was hyped up. It was like not so much the crowd reaction, which was outstanding, but more so his body language was reminiscent of Money in the Bank 2011, where he was just hyped up. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. And then Undertaker came out. His entrance obviously was awesome. That was so cool. I loved everything about this match. This is the match I was most hyped up for, probably, until the end of Rock Cena, because then everyone was just, what the hell? But Undertaker CM Punk, great. I loved this match. It was one of those things where I know it went a long time. I know it went a long time, but it didn't feel too, there was never a dull moment where I'm like, okay, we know, just get to it. But no, this was awesome. Undertaker CM Punk. CM Punk hit a GTS. Punk kicked out of a tombstone, which, has become something that happens every day at WrestleMania. Is kicking out of tombstones isn't that big a deal anymore, just because Triple H does it so much. But this is CM Punk. That's awesome to see that, they're like, okay, you can kick out of a tombstone, because that's usually only given to God. But the Undertaker does get the win here. CM Punk's facial expressions of this match were incredible. Just he hit the old school. A lot of stuff was going. I really liked this match, a lot. Which again is not a surprising feat. An Undertaker match at WrestleMania that was good, but so Undertaker won. This was the last of the Mohicans in the fact of things I was happy about. Undertaker. Anyways, then we get a Triple H Brock Lesnar. The only problem with just rolling out main events is the crowd was kind of, for the first lot of this match, the crowd was, it was Brock Lesnar's entrance, everyone goes psycho crazy, everyone was going crazy, I was freaking out, Triple H entrance, the rest of people were going crazy. Match started, it was like, it was literally we just yelled so much, I don't know what you want us to do right now, but this match was alright. It's nothing crazy. I wish they would have got into some more crazy stuff as far as weaponry or whatever, but you know how that goes. But there was some cool spots. But once we get to the end, I will tell you what would have been the first legitimate pants off moment. Not just saying it would have happened. We'll get to that. But they go. There was some F5. Shawn Michaels got into it a little bit. He ended up super kicking Paul Heyman in this match. he caught an F5 from Lesnar. Oh, by the way, CM Punk, man, you got to break the table on the elbow. But anyways, he did loosen it up so that Brock could simply toss Triple H and he broke it. So that was pretty funny. What else? We got pedigrees in this match. F5, sledgehammer shot, which Brock kicked out of, which was awesome. But then it all ended with a pedigree on the chair, which I wasn't happy about. This is probably the first thing I was pissed. Like, I just sat there with my arms folded. I just sat there and said, "You sons of bitches!" And Triple H just hugging Shawn Michaels in the ring, and I wouldn't even look. I said, "Nope, not today, not ever." Um, but but the good thing they did is they gave me a glimmer of something I would have hated worse, and then took that away. So then it was like, okay, at least that didn't happen. If Brock Lesnar would have tapped out to Triple H's bitch ass Kimura, I swear, they kept going back to it. They kept going back to it, and the whole crowd is just like, the Triple H guys are freaking out, and me and the two Chicago dudes are sitting there like this. I swear, if I just kept saying Brock Lesnar doesn't tap out. Like, I was telling the bouncer, he doesn't tap out. And he's like, oh, no, I know, man. And I'm telling the Chicago, he doesn't tap out, right? And they're no, hell no. I was like, if he breaks his arm and Brock Lesnar taps out, I quit. Like, I'm done. So at least that didn't happen. But Triple H did get the win, and that was the first legitimate moment where I was upset. Like, I sat there and just sat there and said, well, this is some stupid stuff. Oh, Triple H, you always get your way, God. Always get your way. Can't say I'm surprised. You don't have to support. And then they announced that we broke the record. That's 2 straight sellouts for me because, you know, I was the big draw at Miami that sold it out. But over 80,000, that was awesome. But then you could tell they were in a rush because without any intro, nothing. It was boom. John Cena's music hit. So it was like, yeah, we broke the record. Boo! John Cena's music comes out, or John Cena's music hits. He comes out. He's doing his thing. He's yeah, like it. And then The Rock comes out, and I may or may not have had a freak out. But so no, we got Rock versus Cena. I'm pretty sure this was better than last year. Like, there was a lot of rest holds at the first, to the point where it was like, oh, I'm gonna do a really bad submission on The Rock, and it doesn't. And The Rock, he's like choking his chest, and The Rock's just like, ow, I don't know what to do. But yeah, so I was just like, well, I don't quite know what's going on. But then, oh, did it ever pick up? Did it ever pick up? The crowd was more into this match than Punk Taker, which never would I have anticipated, because walking around New York, everyone had a CM Punk shirt on. Everybody. And I just knew everyone like hated Cena, and everyone was like tired of the idea of Rock Cena. But once they got into it and stuff started happening, like all the counters and rock bottom, people like, oh my gosh, I've more so than any event, like last year's WrestleMania, Rock Cena 2, the match that everyone complained about, honestly, and you guys can say it didn't come off on TV like that because it might have, but I was there. I told you, I wasn't so much looking forward to this either, so I'm not just like trying to pump up a match, especially with the result. This was the loudest crowd reaction of any match I've been to at the past 2 Manias. Once they started getting into rock bottom 1, 2, no, add adjustment 1, 2, and then oh my gosh, the setup where let me go. I just remember something in the tag match where Dolph Ziggler kissed AJ, and that was hilarious, and they acted like they were gonna end it right there. The crowd popped for that kick out. But anyways, when they set it up perfectly, and The Rock goes, "You can't see me," off the rope, Cena sums up, add adjustment 1, 2, kick out. Everyone was like, no. And then when Cena did it again, and he sets up The Rock, and he stops, and he just says, "You can't." The crowd went ape shit. Even I was like, that was sick. Add adjustment 1, 2, kick out. Cena hit a rock bottom that The Rock kicked out. Cena kicked out of the people's elbow. It was unreal. And then The Rock's down, setting up, goes for it. Cena hooks his arm under. Add adjustment 1, 2, 3. Cena gets the win. I was pissed for about 30 seconds. Like, I was like, but then I remembered in my heart, I said, Justin, all you asked for was that The Rock be champion again. You got that. You knew this was going to happen. Don't be a bitch and just accept it. And I accepted it. I knew it was going to happen. We all knew. It's, so I just lived with it. Me and the guys were kind of like, okay, man, we knew. But, and then we have the thing where Cena and Rock have a little conversation. They shake hands, hug, which is not what I want to see, but I was there, and it was what I did not want to see. But then once it happened, I was clapping, and I was like, "Crap, it's beautiful." Like everybody was just like, which right when Cena won, there was the first thing the guy says to me is, "There's a lot of people cheering." I said, "I know." I expected like riots and boos, but a lot of people are happy right now, so that's cool for them. I'm cool. I got my moment at last year's WrestleMania. I wasn't, oh, this is stupid. No, it was awesome. Um, and then they have the thing where they gave The Rock his time, and he says thank you. I'm scared. I said, don't you retire right now. This is not retirement speech. You are booked for 30. You are booked for 30. Don't even act like you're done. And then they go walk up the ramp, and Cena salutes The Rock. Rock salutes Cena. They do the thing, fireworks aplenty. So yeah, we all know what's gonna happen. So I'm not gonna complain. I'm sure there'll be plenty of people that complain. So I'll give them their time to. They can bitch and all they want, and act like they didn't know what's gonna happen, which makes them look stupid. If you complain about Cena beating Rock, you just seem uninformed. Like it's just a waste of breath because you know what's gonna happen. But yeah, so that is my review of WrestleMania 29. I loved it. I was there. It was a great time. The crowd was unbelievable. I don't know if I'll be able to sit that close ever again, so I made sure to record and take as many pictures as I could because it was one of the more amazing things I've ever been a part of. So let me know what you guys thought of WrestleMania. I'm about to catch this flight in a couple hours. I probably won't be home in time to watch Raw. I tape it, but I won't be able to do a review tonight. So probably tomorrow. So subscribe, like this video, comment down below. Let me know what you thought. I will talk to you guys later. Finally, The Rock has come back to lose to John Cena. That's fine. See you guys.